home video.
It's Valentine's Day in the year 1900 when a group of students from the prestigious all-girls school Applewood College go for a picnic at treacherous Hanging Rock in Victoria, Australia. There, 3 students and 1 member of the staff vanish without a trace. Their disappearances haunt the community, bringing out the best and the worst in those left behind. Picnic at Hanging Rock begins with a character quoting Poe's "A Dream Within a Dream," which perfectly sets the stage for what's to come. Peter Weir's Picnic at Hanging Rock, based on the novel by Joan Lindsay, can best be described as a mystery wrapped inside a riddle, inside of an enigma. On one hand, it's an unnerving mystery with plenty of twists and turns, but a mystery without resolution, which may be irksome to some. You're left to figure things out for yourself, to apply your own meaning to what you've just seen. And our individual interpretations of the film may be vastly different. As a matter of fact, you could even say that the movie isn't really about the girls' disappearances at all. Because on the other hand, Picnic at Hanging Rock is a meditation on the enormity of loss and the impact that disappearances have on those left behind. From the cop investigating the case, to a smitten young man who fondly observed the girls shortly before they disappeared, to the headmistress of the college whose concern lies entirely with the school's reputation. You can't help but wonder, or I can't help but wonder while watching this movie, how the loss of someone I love would impact my life, or how the lives of those who love and depend on me would be impacted if I were no longer here. Which brings me to this video's sponsor, Free Online Wills. Do you feel the cold hand of death gripping you around the throat tighter and tighter each day? Then you need a will. I'm just kidding. I don't think that's an actual thing. But I should check. There's also a bit of a mystery behind the mystery. Author Joan Lindsay claimed that her novel was based on actual events. How actual those events actually were, Lindsay remained tight-lipped about and ultimately took that information with her to the grave. Lindsay also claimed to have the uncanny ability to stop people's watches who lingered within her vicinity. Nothing odd about that. Picnic at Hanging Rock has a bewitching and dreamlike atmosphere that's undeniable, with beautiful cinematography and a haunting score. The cast is phenomenal. Among them, Rachel Roberts stands out as the domineering Mrs. Applewood, and Anne-Louise Lambert is hypnotic as the ethereal Miranda. But it's Margaret Nelson's performance as Sarah that I find the most compelling, and just plain sad. Sarah's inability to deal with the loss of her friend Miranda, coupled with the torment visited upon her by Mrs. Applewood, is heartfelt, to say the least, and difficult to watch. We also get a memorable performance from John Jarrett, long before he played the maniacal Mick Taylor in Wolf Creek. Picnic at Hanging Rock is a melancholy, poetic, and enigmatic film that you'll be thinking about long after it's over. I can't recommend it any higher. As for this new limited edition 4K UHD release from Second Sight Films, first let's take a look at the release itself. This release comes inside a rigid slipcase featuring new artwork by Thin Den. We get a softcover book with new essays by Daniel Bird, Kat Ellinger, Justine Smith, and Rebecca Harkins Cross. We also get the original novel by Joan Lindsay with exclusive cover by Thin Den. And we get 6 collector's cards. Here are the discs. Disc 1 contains the director's cut in 4K. Disc 2 is the theatrical cut in 4K. Disc 3 and 4 are the same, only they are standard Blu-rays. Disc 1 and 2 are region-free, and despite Discs 3 and 4 being marked as Region B locked, I had no issue playing them in my Region A player. The 4K presentation on this release is one of the very best that I've ever seen for an older film. This restoration is sourced from the original camera negative, presented in HDR and supervised and approved by director Peter Weir and director of photography Russell Boyd. I really can't say enough about how blown away I was by the image quality here. When it comes to 4K or even standard Blu-ray restorations for movies that were shot in softer focus to give them a dreamlike aesthetic, it often comes with a loss of fine detail and just overall clarity. But not here. Not at all. The image quality here is damn near flawless. The film looks polished, highly detailed, and practically grain-free. As for audio, we get a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 track for the director's cut and a DTS HD Master Audio Mono for the theatrical cut. I watched the director's cut with the 5.1 track, and I thought the audio sounded rich and full-bodied. Overall, I'd give the picture quality and the sound quality on this release perfect scores, 5 out of 5. I don't have a mic handy, so I'm going to do a remote drop. As far as extras are concerned, on Disc 1 we have A Dream Within a Dream, the making of Picnic at Hanging Rock. It's 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 1 second in length. It includes interviews with executive producer Pat Lovell, co-producer Hal McElroy, director Peter Weir, actors Anne Louise Lambert and John Jarrett, screenwriter Cliff Green, composer Bruce Smeaton, and many more. Anything and everything you could possibly want to know about the making of Picnic at Hanging Rock, from adapting the novel to casting, the shooting locations, the themes, the original ending, whether it was based on a true story or not, the film's impact, and much more, is in this documentary. We also get an audio commentary with Alexandra Heller-Nichols and Josh Nelson. On Disc 2, we have Finding the Light, an interview with director of photography Russell Boyd. It's 10 minutes and 48 seconds in length. Mr. Boyd discusses working with Peter Weir, how he managed to capture a dreamy look for the film, shooting at Hanging Rock and the difficulties that presented, and more. Next, we have Crashing Through Boundaries with camera operator John Seal. It's 7 minutes and 4 seconds in length. Mr. Seal discusses his duties as camera operator on Picnic, the relationship between camera operator and director on the set, and more. Next, we have a vintage interview with author Joan Lindsay from 1975. It's 15 minutes in length. Ms. Lindsay discusses her early days as a writer, getting published, the writing process behind Picnic at Hanging Rock, fans of Picnic writing her, wanting answers, and much more. Next, we have A Lovely Day for a Picnic, an interview with actor Karen Robson. It's 11 minutes and 20 seconds in length. Ms. Robson discusses getting cast in Picnic, bonding with her castmates, working with Peter Weir, and how smart and charming he was. She discusses the heat, which was made even worse by the wardrobe, how eerie Hanging Rock was, and more. Next, we have Something Beyond Explanation, Thomas Caldwell on Picnic at Hanging Rock. It's 22 minutes and 50 seconds in length. We get A Recollection, Hanging Rock 1900, a vintage documentary featuring interviews with Peter Weir, Joan Lindsay, Rachel Roberts, Dominic Gard, and more. It's 27 minutes and 1 second in length. It's a documentary not just about the film, but about Hanging Rock itself. And we also get 12 minutes and 31 seconds of outtakes. This is an absolutely exquisite release for Picnic at Hanging Rock from the fine folks over at Second Sight. I cannot recommend this release or the film any higher. If you're a fan of Picnic at Hanging Rock, please let me know down in the comments section below. And just as I said Picnic at Hanging Rock, thunder rolled outside. That's creepy. But if you're a fan of the movie, let me know down in the comments section below. And while you're down there, let me know your own theories on where'd the girls go? What happened to them? What's it all about? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care. And until next time, peace. A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members for your generosity and support. Become a patron today and get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly live streams, exclusive watch parties, and more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream, as well as members-only watch parties. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.